Yeah, so Arjun played the London system with white for the chat who could not join us for the first game. Arjun was white and he decided to play the London system against the King's Indian setup taken by David. So you expected him to go for the King's Indian, Arjun?
No, so he's mainly a Grunfeld player.
Okay,
So I was expecting one NF6 and two G6.
okay.
And so yeah, I had prepared this in the London system, and I think it's all very logical until knight c5, knight c6, bishop f5.
So Queen D2 is
Mhm.
not that. Oh, all of this you expected him to go for, like CD4, knight,
Yes,
bishop f5.
so it's all pretty much known until h5 followed by short castle.
Right.
After that, I believe the most natural way of playing is to play c5, knight c6, and f3 is an interesting move. It's more of a prophylactic move, preventing all knight e4, bishop g4 business. And also it helps white get some g4 at some point. So bishop f5 is quite natural here. And bishop b5. Here black has two moves. One is rook c8. I was hoping he would do this because here after bishop takes c6, b takes c6, knight a4 is very strong. Objectively it's still equal, but black has to find its only move knight e8, which is very difficult in my opinion.
Oh, okay. What is the logic? Why is it the only move? To get some
I
f6 or
Yeah,
F6.
I think black has to take concrete action with f6, knight d3, knight d6, something like that,
right?
and potential
Yeah.
e5.
Yeah, makes sense. So you were, and I think a similar thing would have happened even for Queen B6, right? We were looking at Queen B6 here.
Queen b6, yeah, just bishop c6, knight a4. This is already an advantage for white, I think.
You
So
don't mind
basically,
that the king is stuck in the center after Queen B5.
queen b5, b3. The point is, knight would go to c5. White can push a4 and castle short, or he can just castle long.
Oh, nice.
And black's major problems are the bishop on g7 is kind of dead, and also the pawn on c6 is very loose, and white has fantastic outpost for both his knights.
Very nice.
Right. So beautifully explained. So David, of course, understandably evaded that with knight into e5, all captures on c6. But
Right.
by doing so, he'd already spent 3/5 of his time, 60%.
Yeah, I think he had like 4 minutes around this point. It's okay. It was still in my preparation. The e5, knight d7, long castle, knight e5, rook e1. And knight c6 is one of the moves. Bishop h6. And if I remember correctly, e5 was the move here.
Okay.
And here white does have a few options, but it's equal.
Very
Right.
nice. This is very, very deep into the game, and you have checked everything well. And I mean, already a very good sign that you got your preparation on the board and you remember it, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he took bishop h6, queen h6, e6, g4. This was already out of your prep, yeah?
Oh, yes. But okay, g4 was the most logical move here. I have to follow it up with some concrete action. And here after hg4, so I was thinking whether to go h5 or take on g4 and go knight e4.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought after d4, rook d8, rook d8, he has enough compensation. But I did not realize how good my attack here is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rook
just get
g1 and
rid of,
h5 incoming.
yeah, something like that. Maybe take on c6 first so that the knight wouldn't be a hassle. And now rook g1, then h5.
Very instructive, actually, no? Black has
Yeah.
no
Yeah, very
reply.
instructive.
Hmm.
Absolutely. So h5, which was perhaps a bit of an inaccuracy.
Right.
Queen f6 takes. But practically, it was always, I think,
Yeah, I
almost
think it's
impossible to
very
defend with black.
uncomfortable. And especially with, he had already like 2 minutes, so it's even more difficult.
Yeah, yeah. So rook g1 happened. knight he defended with knight e5, which
Yeah,
is I guess
also being an
okay.
interesting line is bishop takes d1, head g6, queen h8, and at first it seems like black is surviving, but I can just
Mm-hmm.
simply take on h8, or maybe there's something stronger, I don't know. But what I was intending was take g7, gf8, and just take on d1. But as the bar says, there's something stronger.
You take and do what?
Yeah, I was intending this, just take
Queen.
on f8. Yeah, queen, whatever, even knight works.
Yeah.
Maybe with the king. But I wonder what the computer and things
Here, yeah.
after queen h8, yeah.
Just should I say?
Wait.
Yeah,
Can I make a guess?
yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
I like queen f4.
Right answer.
And it's
Okay, gf7 and g7. No?
we have
Yeah.
threads
Hmm.
and both of them look quite strong.
Yeah. Queen
Sorry, I
f4
didn't
is
hear. What did you say here?
I mean, we have two threads, GF7, and if black prevents it, we have G7, and both of them are quite strong. We retain the queens, and the black king remains weak. So,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
and the
this
bishop on
is
d1 would always fall.
yeah, this is completely winning because the king is still vulnerable, apart from being down in material.
Right.
So rook g1, he played knight to e5, understandable.
Mhm.
We were just seeing bishop into d1, but black played knight e5, keeping all his pieces close. Since he had very less time, rook e1, bishop f5, and after queen f4, now I think it already started becoming too much pressure for him.
Yeah, especially practically, it's maybe even almost over because he had just 16 seconds and a lot of attack on his king.
Absolutely. So he went back knight to c6, bishop d3, queen d4. From here, black started going wrong in an objective sense, yeah.
Oh, yes.
But
Maybe he
it's
should have
hard to
played
blame
knight
him.
e7, but it all looks very cramped and ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has to deal with threats on the king side anyhow.
Yeah, also I can slowly maybe maneuver my knight or something. It's a long-term attack anyway.
Right. So he went queen d4, and queen g3 was a pretty strong move here.
Yeah,
Bishop into
just
d3,
now
queen into
knight
g6
d4.
to
is
d3, knight
remains good.
d4, and king d2.
Yeah, all the moves were predicted by Soumya.
Nice.
She could, if she was there, I think she could have played the exact the same game.
Nice.
But to make the preparation, I think also is part of the game. That I
Yeah, you
don't.
could just hire Arjun as your second, and
Acha. Okay, I
yeah.
can't afford him. I would love to, but I can't afford him. Uh, he though forgets collecting his prize money also. I can't imagine what would be his fee as a second or a trainer.
I'll tell you the secret. What you have to offer Arjun to
Okay,
get anything in return.
okay, deal.
Look at Arjun's smile then. Yeah, let's just quickly get the end of the game. King
Yes.
g7, h into g6, f5, and now rook into e6 was
Yeah,
nice because it's still possible to mess up the game with queen c7, king f6,
and I couldn't say
and
complete mate here. So
yeah, this doesn't win. Yeah,
yeah, the thing is, rook g1 is no longer possible because rook would just hang.
yeah. So
Right,
rook e6 was important. Rook c8, and here he just kind of gave up. Yeah, with queen g5.
yeah, I think he just had a blind spot, but okay, it's lost anyway. Let's say he went king g8. I was intending queen h3
Right,
and queen h7 is inevitable.
right.
You can throw in some check. Queen f2, I think I can even play knight e2, allow rook c2, but just king d1, and nothing happens here.
Wow. Nice. That's very, very
No,
pretty.
that's a blunder.
Not
g1 was
here.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. Now queen c2
Yeah,
or
also queen.
yeah.